I don't even know how many slivers I own. I don't even know. I don't even know. I haven't the faintest idea. Haven't the faintest idea there. Meow, 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 meow. What is the name of... Why is this a legendary? Sliver Weftwinder. Weftwinder doesn't sound legendary. What do I know? Probably should play this for the sake of it. This is the mythic. I can't get it. This is the tutor sliver, right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't actually have most of the slivers in the game. To be fair, there actually isn't a lot of slivers anyways. Alright, so whenever... Sliver you control have, whenever it enters... Alright. So, all the cheap slivers? I don't even really care about the double strike one. Yeah, I don't really care. I don't care about the stats ones in general. This one, unfortunately, would be huge, but I don't own it. I think this one's also pretty good. Alright, so of all the ones I don't have, the only one I want is this one that I just don't have. I think I can live with that. Warp 3. Enters, conjure, random thing. Alright, so... Wait. When it enters. Okay, alright. Maybe not that one. This makes a 2/2 sliver. This is a sliver? Huh. That's funny. This card has been pretty lackluster every time I've played it. Incredibly so, actually. I don't think we're going for the sweatiest of lists here, though. Discounting most slivers doesn't do anything. Is warp a casting cost? Cast it for your warp cost. Alright, so Urza's incubator works, and I guess Cloud Key does too. Not to any significant degree, but it works nonetheless. Yeah, all these lands are fine. Maybe not this one? That's fine. I think I can live. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Okay. Suppose that works. Herald's Horn discounts by 1. Also technically works. I don't exploit Meta Drain too much, unfortunately. I thought there were more slivers in the game than there are in this in the game. I thought there were just a few more. I never actually really looked at them before. So probably Mother Giver, Skrelv. Humiliate sort of works. Okay. Oh boy. What is the mana base looking like? Oh, we also have talismans. Okay, not glimpse. fuel tank faster? Oh, I don't care about this at all. Yeah, no, I don't care about that at all. Probably no mocks. I can use Ancient Tomb. Solitude? Nope. Phantasmal Image? Sure. Could probably try Mana Drain and then just be disappointed. Maybe no double of any one color, actually. Well, this one's fine because it costs 5, but still. Persist is interesting. So is Reanimate, actually. Oh, Reanimate's a rare. Huh. Don't know why. Defense. Overlord? Oh, the green one actually creates a rainbow land. Don't play Cold Steel Heart, we have Talisman? Well, I mean, Talisman has to be... I can't choose what I need in that given instance with a Talisman. If my whole hand is like white cards and I have the blue-green Talisman, that doesn't really bode too well. Did I put Into the North in here? I did. I might not be able to play Into the North, actually. Might have to force myself to, though. Drawing the Lock is pretty okay. Yeah, green is... Green just has the best things going for it. It's honestly not even close. Flage is funny. Uro is also... Nah. Golos Vivisa. This can color fix you. But it color fixes you by the time you're already probably color fixed. So, probably not. It also doesn't actually do that because it requires 3 different colors itself. Oh boy. Land issue is now quite significant. So, only the green trials? And then only the green shocklands? Works for me. Pock? Sure. I don't even like Kindred Discovery. The card is just exceedingly slow to me. World Tree. Golos. No real... Really, just no Dark Ritual at all, actually, in this deck. Into the North. Black, white, blue, red. It actually doesn't really matter. Black, red, blue, white. Black, white, blue, red. Red, white, blue, black. Any of these. Alright, so we'll do the black, red, blue, white one. We'll do the ones we think are pretty. And then what I could do is Vanquisher's banner costs 5, doesn't it? I mean, it's the same as this. I probably won't even run this. I don't want to play snow basics, but at this point, what are we even talking about? I kind of have to. Isn't it the same thing, kind of? Choose Sliver, cast a Sliver, draw a card. And this is whenever it attacks or enters, draw a card. So they're about the same. I mean, we could just run both for the funnies and then just accept that it probably won't do much. But that's okay. What are we... I don't have Cultivate in here. Come on, I can do it. There you go. Well, the best card in the deck is Menoweft Sliver. It's not even close. No, I'm not gonna run the Mox here. Healthy amount of colorless cards. That's actually pretty nice. Binding? Binding the Old Gods? Don't mind that. No, I don't really like Crystal Quarry that much. It's alright, I guess. I'm not really in need in that, though. I don't really need that. What was I doing? I have no idea. A Tolly? Seems kind of ridiculous. Paradox Engine, Raise the Alarm? Do I have Raise the Alarm? Is Raise the Alarm not in the game? Isn't that the one where when a creature enters, everything untaps? I'm thinking of this. Whenever a creature enters, untap. What does that do, though? Is cascading in the game? Oh, it is. Huh. Oh, this is slightly better. Oh, I guess technically it is true. Well, what am I doing? What is this doing, though? Creatures don't untap. Boom, boom. Like, why? What does that matter? So many. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know why that matters. Why are we giving our slivers haste? What am I not understanding? What is slivers with haste doing? Just swinging? Or I guess Tyvar would simply be tapping for mana, right? It gives them like non-combat haste. What about this one? Is this the one that tap another instructable? Wait, what's the other one? Isn't there another one that plays cards off the top of your deck or something? I don't own Sliver Overlord. Yeah, I'm being told untap my slivers, but I'm not being told why, so I'm gonna move on from this. Another removal spell? Nah. What about an any color mana rock? Kind of restrict it to 3 mana. Celestius is fine. Where are you? There you are. That's okay. Never upset with that one. Can I... Is it a... Hold on. Send this. No, I can't. Alright. I don't have access to it. Doesn't exist. Well, this is a pile of cards. This is a pile of cards that has been put together to make a deck for a format that we're going to play. Alright. Sliver Weftwinder. All slivers have Warp 3. When slivers you control have, when it enters, conjure a random card from the spellbook, which there are 24 different ones. And then it's at the top 10, and then you draw. So ideally, the top of your deck is slowly amassing itself full of slivers, and then you cast them and continue to draw, and you're drawing nothing but slivers eventually, I suppose. Most of the slivers, I'm not going to go over all of them, are kind of just whatever. Just like random text, or they might do something exciting or something. Same with the ones in the deck. The only really notable one to me is Menaweft Sliver. All the others are just like defensive or offensive things. I don't have every single sliver in the game. I don't even think I'm close. Whoop. The main one that I don't have that probably wants to go in this deck is this one. Right? I'd probably put this in here. This one, you don't necessarily need it, but it's something you could just put in your 5-color sliver deck, I suppose. It probably makes for a better commander than the one we're playing as well. I have not seen anyone play this as a commander yet, but we're just going to do the space one. But yeah, definitely Hive Lord, I'd say. But you don't necessarily need Overlord. I know it like does everything you want, but I wouldn't feel super obligated about that one. Another one is like the stat one, Predatory Sliver. I don't care about this or Double Strike. I know it can randomly kill your opponent when you play this and you have a critical mass of things in play, but I'm more worried about establishing some kind of board presence than I am making it a lethal board presence with damage. Because if you have 5 slivers and they're unchecked, you're probably winning anyways, and it didn't matter if they had double strike, because your opponent didn't answer your wall of slivers. Not even to mention the card advantage of, you know, drawing a card every time you essentially play a sliver. So all the tribal effects in the game that I think are worth playing are kind of in here. The 5-mana ones are a bit ugly. I don't really like Kindred Discovery or Banner, just because they cost 5. It's kind of showing up a little too late, but with a deck that wants to continue to play slivers from the top of the deck, I suppose these make more sense. And then we have the funny Space Sliver card that definitely does the double strike in haste all in one. So that's pretty funny. All right, let's see what happens. Let's watch our opponents completely annihilate our attempt at playing slivers. Don't even have to look at my quest. Do. Mana Weft Sliver, Intruder Alarm, Tyvar. Alright, well we've added Mana Weft Sliver to the combo, which I don't have a way to consistently grab, so I don't like that. I'll always say it, if your commander doesn't combo with just a couple things, then don't play a combo that demands that you find multiple cards out of your singleton 1 card format deck. If I need, like, because Asura Rack is an excellent example of this. You don't need 55 combo cards. You just play Mana Rocks like you do normally, and then you just find Paradox Engine and win. Let's just play this. Let's just play this. Let's get the... Oh, man. We have that one, so something blue. That one's fine. I don't think I have my commander next turn, unfortunately. This is colorless. I actually really don't like this. Kind of not liking 3 Tree City here. How do you... Enters, exile a creature from your graveyard. Okay. So, name Sliver, boop, and then this thing, right? Card advantage, and then just play Grazer. So if Grazer dies, the Vandal can do something. Google knows you started playing yesterday. Yep, it'll do that. We're all connected spiritually and digitally. I have nothing going on this game, by the way. There is nothing going on currently. We're just sort of staring at our opponent. It's not looking like it's getting any better. Do they have to discard for that? Okay. Sliver, maybe? Oh, no. Alright, let's just play this thing. Lose some mana drain real quick. This format's stupid. I don't have a land off this Bloodstained Mire that helps me. Tuh, they griefed my last card. I suppose that makes sense. Alright. Does look a little funny, though. Because the second grief just doesn't do anything. What did they get rid of for that? They got rid of Psychic Frog? That's crazy. I feel like I'm just not ever doing that. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I just feel like I'm not doing that. But alright. They got my Masked Vandal, which, as it stands, wasn't going to do anything. Alright, well, we have more green mana, which doesn't do anything. And now we just hope our opponent doesn't draw anything that matters. It either does or it doesn't matter. Opponent, you have 2 cards. You can do it. I have faith in you. You can do it. Come on. Come on. There you go. Just cast your cards, please. So there's 2 of those. A little funny, but sure. I lose my Bloom Tender, which, as it stood, wasn't going to do anything. It's actually not even a sliver. Okay, that wasn't a game-losing card. Nice. Well, that would be good, but it's not good currently. Oh, wait, yes it is. Yes it is. It's my 6th land. Alright, never mind. We drew the card we needed, sort of. And then we drew nothing. Sweet. I wonder if warping would have made slightly better sense. Well, I wouldn't have the 6/6 in play, though, so maybe not. Did they not Phyrexian Pay? Opponent just decided to not complete that. For whatever reason. Huh. They could have just completed it. Alright. I'm overdue to draw a sliver. Heavily overdue. I draw Steaming Hot Nothing. Let's swing it. Oh, I can't swing. Alright, I'm over it then. Cool. Alright, I'm going to take out 3 Tree City. It was the land I looked at and thought it was going to be bad, and then it was bad when I played it the first time. To the surprise of probably nobody. So let's take that one right out. And then could add another basic. Another Triome. What is... No, just World Tree. Meteor Crater is funny, but most of the time it's probably going to be green or something. I could do 1 Thriving Land, and then choose what color it is. Because, again, situational color. And this is okay, and obviously always go with the green one. So, sure. Why not? Yeah, Revels. Revels. I like Revels probably more than Kindred Discovery. Most of the time I'm just going to get a do-nothing Mana Dork, though. Alright. It's still better. It's still just better than the thing I just took out. How do they always draw Glimpse the Unthinkable? I didn't think Glimpse was a problem card there. First time I've seen it. Well, played out of that deck, I mean. I feel like I'd have a bigger issue with whatever that orb is. Mesmeric Orb? I'm not too upset with my opponent discounting their commander, really. That's kind of what I'm trying to do. Well, we have Cavern. Not that it matters too much. Same with Giver. Doesn't really matter too much here. Sand is really weird. Well, on the play with that. Excellent. Didn't go for their commander. So, Sliver. Giver runes, again, doesn't really matter here. Okay, I so far haven't lost instantly. Did they play that out of their hand? Why did my opponent play the land out of their hand? Seems unnecessary. Okay. So, Golos. That's definitely a good card, huh? One would argue. I can cast my... Oh, well... Let's just cast Golos here. Get the World Tree? Does Ancient Tomb matter? Not really. Actually, I could just get Command Tower. Full stop. Because I'm not going into 6 mana. Yeah, let's just get Command Tower, I guess. Mm-hmm. The Alchemy Desert. I'm a little surprised to see something like Chocobo here. Renin 6 is like the game action deck. It makes so many game actions every turn. It takes the longest turns. At least it makes the game actions and your opponent isn't just like staring at you. Alright, I'm gonna warp this. Oh, I didn't warp it. Wait, can you not warp this? Oh, I can. I don't know why it didn't let me. Maybe I'm just dumb. Alright. Let's get basic planes, because the solar transformer. Oh, island was the fun. It doesn't really matter. Actually, should I just play this? I'm not even sure why I need more mana. Renin 6 is at 5 loyalty. Does that change anything? Does that make me want to do stuff? Not really. No, I'm just not going to do anything. You can't warp it? Okay. Alright, good to know. Right, it's just like the red commander. Yeah, it can't warp itself or whatever. It's only out of hand because you can't warp from a command zone. Well, nothing has trample and strip mine hasn't existed yet. So the game continues. I wonder if I'm supposed to smack my opponent. Wait, what are you doing? Okay, I was about to say, yeah, you can't swing. Warping Faceless is really satisfying. Does this kill my opponent? Not quite. I'm not going to warp it. There's no reach, though. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's not lethal. 15. Still doesn't change anything. So we'll play this. 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's not lethal. Okay, well they're over it. We did it. We actually did it. Look at that, flying in haste. It's just out of nowhere. Just schmeat my opponent. So I'm probably swinging at Renin 6 here just to kill it, and then I can push the rest of the damage face. And after that point, because it would be lethal next turn. It doesn't matter if I put him to 4 or 14, it's going to be lethal next turn. So I might as well kill Renin 6. Though it doesn't really accomplish too much. It does make them spend 4 mana on it, and they don't get a free land until they cast it or whatever. But yeah, if they did have Strip Mine here, the game would... Oh, well, I mean, talking about what did or didn't happen doesn't mean much, but we did it. We did the thing. Yeah, talking about theoretical scenarios when you're talking about 100 singleton 100 cards from both opponents. We also would have lost if we didn't draw the cards we did. We would have won if we draw the cards we didn't. Spadoodle-doo. So on and so forth. Oh, I painted rust. I painted rust on my figurines. I learned how to do rust, and it came out so well. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. Red doesn't matter. Blue, white. Kind of ways out from ever casting my commander here. Might not be able to get to it. Alright, they have a random card of mine. Fortunately, that doesn't amount to too much here. Let's play that, yep. And then this can get... I don't even know, actually. It doesn't have to be cracked now. So blue, white, red, green. I need black, and that's technically it. Fibblethip? Huh? What are you doing over there? Oh, they got a Menadork. Excellent. Would have been nice if they got anything that wasn't a Menadork. Okay, that lets me cast my commander? I think? Oh, it doesn't! Oh my... It doesn't. Shenanigans ensued. Let's play this and draw a card. Oh, I guess technically 2 cards. Do I copy Birds of Paradise? That seems kind of weird. Actually, copying anything seems weird. Birds of Paradise it is? Am I playing Slivers? Maybe. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do against their commander. Oh, okay, that's not their commander. Oh, is it because I just lose a mana drain again? Probably. Does that change anything? Well, I don't want to automatically lose to mana drain, so... Persist. is my graveyard. I can't blow anything up. Swinging with the Avacyn's Pilgrim is really weird. Okay, they did not do that. Enters, opponent reels a hand. You just get rid of one of them. Okay, so it's like the blue. It's kind of weird. Still looks like there's a counter spell, so I'm not sure. I mean, I can't play around it anymore, and I can cast my commander twice in a row. So, fine with me. I'll put it on top. Right? I can just recast it, though. I'm not going to put it on top. I'd rather draw maybe something slightly more significant. Oh, wait. I probably didn't want to play that black market. It also probably doesn't matter. It also probably doesn't matter. I draw probably the worst possible card in my deck, because it's worse than a land. Cool. I was at no point able to play this game. Fun. I hope you all had fun. I certainly did. At no point was I in that game. I was actually losing to 1/1s attacking me. That's like how little I was in that game. Soul of Windgrace. Another, like, strip mine spam thing, kinda. Oh boy. Let's play the red-green or the green-white? Doesn't really matter, so I'll just take that one. Let's play Bloom Tender. And then green blue. Lotus Cobra is interesting. So is Tireless Provisioner, I guess. Suppose I could try those cards. The more green cards, the better our deck is, one would argue. Green, blue, white, red, black. Why did they not blow up the Sliver Hive? How do you not blow up the Sliver Hive here? Ah, yes, strip mine. Fun. Well, this commander is hot, steaming garbage. I'm going to add more green cards so I can actually play the game. I Still Explorer kind of works, but it mills over what I do with my commander. So, kind of weird. What's another good green card that's not in here? I don't really like the search for a basic land kind of stuff. Well, to hand, I mean. Utopia Sprawl is probably castable. Now that I've played some games here. Alright, well, nowhere to go but up. Nowhere to go but uppies. Who doesn't like uppies? If you don't like uppies, you're banned in my chat. Everyone likes uppies. Especially terminally online grown adult men. And My Little Pony, I guess. I have no idea what black, I guess? Yeah, black. Oh boy. And then I can do blue on the other one? Just to have stuff happening? Well, that's not great. I mean, none of this is great. I'll just cast this thing. Haha! Okay, I drew a land. Look at that. Does it matter? No, not really. Let's just play this one. It doesn't really matter. Oh, I guess I could have played another one as well. Yeah, I could have just ran this out. I mean, it's not accomplishing much, but I could have done that. well. Oh, maybe I wanted to draw. Yeah, I probably wanted to draw a card there. With the staff instead of casting a card or whatever. This has Unearth now, so I can actually just get it back. Which is kind of funny. I'm also probably dead next turn, by the way. If anyone was curious. That was probably my last turn. It indeed was. Cool. Well, technically no, but yes. Okay, so anything that involves slivers has also been awful, so those can come out too. Drawing cards with, like... This should be a ramp spell. Ramp spell. This has been horrible. Horrible. Golos can just be probably a cheaper ramp spell. It could actually just be Hour of Parmesan cheese instead. How many times have I cast this, and that would make Sliver Overlord matter? Sliver Overlord would not have changed a single game we have played so far. But no, I don't own it anyways. I just don't fundamentally own the card. I can't play it if I wanted to. Could play Forceful Cultivator. I'm not going to run more lands. Could play the Explosive Vegetations as well. What's that desert we were talking about? Choose 2 colors from cards in your hand. Oh, no, I think I'd rather have the Thriving one if I was going to go that route. Omen Path? That wouldn't work as... could also maybe work. The EDH is different, though. Casual Commander is not what I'm doing. I would love to play Casual Commander. Bring it on. But it doesn't exist. This is not Commander. It's not even the same ballpark. That you cannot compare the two formats. They are categorically different in every conceivable way. Other than having a Commander, I guess. My friends stopped playing Commander in paper, though. We've moved on to more expensive games, apparently. Although, actually, I'm kind of done investing in it. I think I'm about done investing in Warhammer. I've got everything I could possibly want in my one faction. And it ain't getting cheaper. Alright, Titus. Another commander that doesn't really give me any time to play the game, and it's on the play. Does it have the 1-drop to play Titus turn 2? Oh, no it doesn't. Guess we can keep playing. Let's get Island. And then Mountain. Look at us do it. Look at us get there. Oh, I love Cockatrice. I used to watch random people play against each other as like a viewer in Cockatrice. And so many people just don't know the rules. They're just doing whatever they want, which is fine. It's just funny. Let's do Sliver, and then we cast this and this. Oh, I can't cast both. Tragic. Alright. Could have just went for this. They're all effectively the same, though. It probably doesn't really matter which one. I am just losing to Nadu anyways. Well, of course it hits a land, you know, as is tradition. Oh, it hits 2 lands. Fascinating. Okay, well, we were able to do something, and then they did probably the strongest thing they possibly could have done that turn. I don't know if we have anything going for us now. So, Sliver, because that's what we came here to do. And then not Sliver, and then swing. I don't imagine I'm going to get through my opponent ever again, so I have to, like, find the haste flying Sliver randomly, probably. You don't have to teach the rules in Arena? Well, yeah, you can just learn by losing, that's true. That's just straight up in a Johnny. Okay. Why am I not conceded yet? What could I possibly do that matters? What does that do? First strike? Copy Nadu? I can't even use it. Doesn't do anything. No, nothing my opponent has does anything, so copy that. Alright, a bunch of shuffle effects. Shuffling away all the stuff on the top of my deck. Not ideal. Alright, we're done. We did stuff, but none of it mattered because Nadu is the dumbest card in the history of Magic. Alright, we'll get there eventually, I promise. It will just involve us playing either, like, dumpster tier commanders that we, like, should be playing against, or our opponent just getting mana screwed or something. But it's there, I promise. You just have to have faith. There's also a huge language barrier in Cockatrice. I'm like, you can't do that. And they're like, oui. I'm like, no, you... Okay. Well, it's not a no-ban list format, or tournament, if Nadu is banned. That's not how that works. Let's, Can I copy Bloom Tender and have that matter? Kind of? Yeah? Alright, I like that. I like that a lot. One, two, three, four. Black, green. Alright, so I can just cast my commander. I'm gonna get a tap land here. Nope, I want to red. No, come on. Ay, ay, ay. Green, blue. There. Behold, we have Outlast. My deck testing is me streaming the deck. That's what that is. Or watching it be played against me. What? Okay. That was a little weird. Yep. Enters or attacks? Nope. Oh boy. The Elgo sees me, huh? Those words. What are those words? What do they mean? Sliver. What is this even doing? Push damage? I don't care. I want to cast this. I came here to cast this. You can't stop me. I've been stopped. Okay, this is maybe good news. So, let my opponent just... Actually, no, I can double warp. Okay, we can just warp. Okay. Unfortunately, that doesn't do much here. Doesn't do much. Wow, they just took it? Why would you just take that? What is the Allosaurus Shepherd doing that you want to not just jump with it? That's weird. Well, you need a counterspell, interaction, any combination of that. That is not it. Frenzied Baloth. Okay. Person does not like getting counterspelled, I guess. I don't really know if I'm 100% on that. So we cast this one. And then I cast Manawef Sliver. Do I have pre-combat? Does it matter? No, not really. Not really. Okay, I'm smelling blood in the water here. Well, the value would be just casting Rampant Growth instead of random 3-2. So you can cast this more consistently and not care about counterspells. That is notably not lethal, so... That is also not fundamentally changing anything. They have to draw something that matters, and they have to do it this turn. We did it. We did it. This is a game my opponent swept their own board, so take that for what you will. But we did it. We got there. Slivers OP. Literally unstoppable. Yeah, I don't like counterspell hate other than Cavernous Souls and Delighted Halfling. The rest of it, I would not recommend it for this format. But what do I know? I'm going to take out some other cards that I find particularly egregious, such as, but not limited to, Golos can be a cheaper thing that does something similar. I don't really like Leeching Sliver. Honestly, I don't like most of these. The Outlast Sliver is kind of just bad. Blur Sliver doesn't give me evasion, so I don't even know how much haste matters. Kind of just don't care about haste. This is the only one I really like because it's flying in haste. This one just hasn't done anything. Like, you can't just play Blair Sliver on turn 3 and expect to win. The Unearth one is fine. I suppose Leeching is okay. Vigilance is weird. I just don't want the Vigilance one. I need to play good cards. I can't play bad cards. We've established this. More mana sources is fine. I did like the explosive vegetation, so I could run more of them. I took out black market connections. What about this? Rampant growth and then draw 2. This could matter. I'm gonna want maybe more basic lands now. So... One, two. Wait. Let's swap out the green triomes for the non-green triomes. I've not struggled getting green mana. There should be 5 or 6. 1, 2, 3. Something's not right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My brain's not working out right now, is it? No. Okay, yeah, there should be 6 green ones. All right, and there should be something's not right then. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Like, there's 5 in the deck. Why is there 5? Because I added a green one. All right, so more basic lands. What does it recommend? A force and a swamp. I can kind of get behind that, maybe. Although I think a plains is slightly more efficient. Yeah, I think a plains is a little bit more. I could probably go to 3 forests, but I don't think the second of another basic color matters. So it probably doesn't matter. Voice of Victory? Again, I don't. Okay, that's a different kind of deck, though. You're trying to, like, bludgeon your opponent with Thalia beatdown nonsense. Voice is just a good card, sure. Do. What about another basic? Or one triome that's interesting. Gigantha Companion? No, because then I have to drop Overlord and Flare. That can't be worth it. For an 8-mana 5/5? Yeah, I don't know. Is that all I'd have to do? That's all I'd have to do. This is ridiculous, but... I mean, alright, you know what? How... We surely were just that deep, so... Unless this puts me in, like, hell queue, because Lord knows it will, then it'll have to not exist anymore. But, now I still need more green cards, then. I just took out 2 really efficient ramp spells to do something that will matter very little. Yeah, there's Sliver Hive Lord. More mana rocks are fine. I could do Paradise Druid and the Hexproof one. I might not have the Hexproof one, actually. I don't have it. Have it in paper. Is this any one color? Yeah, alright, that doesn't really help then. Deathrite Shaman. Forgot it existed. Perfect. Still no Mox. Technically, Roxanne is funny. This is wait, how many things can that possibly draw, actually? This has the chance to draw cards. Spend this, only cast a creature. Whenever you cast a creature that doesn't share a type with a thing in your library. So there are plenty of creatures, obviously not the Slivers, that this actually draws off of. So there's a chance that this matters, and it's doing what I want to be doing, which is any color stuff. Yep, we have talismans and signets now, and they're all craftable because they're uncommons. It's great. It is great. Well, at least for the non-green decks, it's great. I can't imagine most green decks care about them, though. So all the non-green ones are excellent. I do play the green ones in Stick Finger. Because you don't want to play creature-based ramp spells. So you're kind of like forced into that. Just a wee bit. Norrin Swift Survivalist. That's kind of wild. Alright. Yep. That's what's in my opponent's command zone. I don't think I have played against that before. Yeah, I'm surprised Mother Runes is an uncommon. But I suppose it's not like a special guest thing, so... This is notably not Ragavan. So... Oh, never mind, of course. Silly me. Why not? That. Blue... Grixis? Grixis it is. Jacantha sent us to Heaven Q? Okay, well, you know. So that... Grixis. Grixis green. Grixis green. Let us not lose to Steamkin. Sure. Kind of a weird time to do that, I feel. It's in there. We have a 6-6. We did it. It's in there. It's staring him down. What are you gonna do? You're gonna play Norn the Wary. Oh wait, no, Norn that one. I'm going to block every day. Blocking is the same, but they have to invest mana in the card, obviously. So let's play this thing. I don't think I can play the Staff of Completion. I don't think. Probably have to cycle the, Can I even swing here? I probably should swing? I think I'm ahead. Is an 8-mana 5/5 gonna actually do something? I wonder. Ugh. Not enough mana. Wait a minute. 1, 2. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Taste the rainbow. This is one little off lethal, so they have to kill me right now. I suppose it is possible. Come on, Gigantha. Come on. Do something. Please. Win the game. Okay, that's not lethal. Oh, come on! Come on! Ugh, it's just dumb. Come on! Oh my goodness. I'm losing my mind. Come on. So, alright, if I didn't swing with Gigantha, what does that even matter? I mean, I swing for 6. It's like sort of lethal the turn after. Ugh. Magic is dumb. Oop. Sliver. Let's get black-red? Oh, I can't. That one. Let's play this, and then not play Striking Sliver. Also probably not draw a card off of my thing there. How many things do I get? At the beginning of your upkeep, you get 2 1/1s. Should I just play that and call it a day? I think I should. Upkeep, upkeep. No, we're just gonna do this. This feels safer. This feels safer. I'm gonna do this. We're in a higher queue? This is a Heir Apparent deck. How are we in a higher queue? We've played 2 games. How was my opponent thinking about that swords? Like, what about this swords was difficult? Enlighten me. How did you have to contemplate that? Impressive. Let's play this. cast. Binding. How do I get this in play and have it matter? I don't think I can. Nope, I cannot do that. Play Vandal? What is Vandal doing? Not really anything. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Yeah, the sky is falling with my opponent. I've played 2 games. I mean, if anything, I'm in the same... Like, that doesn't mean anything. This doesn't give flying, right? Nope. Alright, well, we're dead to a land. Fascinating. Draw nothing. Play this. Okay, I guess they don't have a land. Still dead to a land, though. Yay, stats. Alright, well, we cast a bunch of stuff, so we looked cool. I never cast the, I never put the haste flyer one in play or anything, so... Math is for blockers. Alright, I'm over it. Well, we did a bunch of stuff, and literally none of it mattered. Excellent. I wonder if I could just play stuff like Psychic Frog in here. That doesn't solve any issues, though. So, no, I guess it doesn't matter. I could play it, but it doesn't do anything. Oh, yay, it's Ketramos. Oh, boy. Well, that's boring. I guarantee you that is an auto loss. Don't even have to try to play that one out. Ba-ba-da-bop. Ba-ba-da-bop. Well, it's the best not Hellq commander, and my hand has cards in it. 1, 2, 3. Can make these forests. That's not good enough. That, boom, there, boom. This can work. Yep, on the play with the best thing in the game. play... It doesn't really matter which one. That one? I thought Nashi got bumped up. Felt like it got bumped up. I haven't seen Nashi in a while. It could be, but people maybe just don't like playing it. Also, I don't know what the prototype alchemy card is. That could mean a whole lot of things. Alright. Falling asleep, opponent. Falling asleep. Play your infinite value game-winning 5-drop. And I can't do anything about it. Well, we can play all the interaction we want, but that just impedes our ability to play our commander and have it matter. But I could play, like, infinite counter spells, all the removal spells in the game, and whatnot. Could run board... I don't like board wipes here. Yeah, I don't like board wipes here. Grixis. Probably gonna play Fastwood Surge this turn. Yeah. Or, I mean, at least try to do as such. Make the attempt. Alright, we did it. Look at that. Unstoppable ramp spell. Opponent was over it. We take those. We take those. We did it. We won our third game. It only took that much time. An undisclosed amount of time. It's funny how, like, the bracket system, like, everyone has an endless depiction of it, and it's ever changing to suit the current game. Like, I hear people on YouTube, or, like, you know, someone that shows up that doesn't, like, their first time or whatever, and they're like, hey, you know, take these 2 cards out. It'll lower your bracket. It's like, well, wait a minute. Everyone just has their own depiction, which means either nobody knows or nobody knows. And there's not many in-betweens. This is only creatures, right? Yeah. Normally that would be fine. This hand is close to being really good. This is actually really close, but I'm not going to say it's close enough. This hand is weird. Very strange hand. I can get an untapped blue... So blue-green and put white. There, so blue, green, white. Boop. One of the best cards I could have here. Opponent probably has blue, green, white. Okay, it's not Dark Ritual. Blue, green, white, black, red. Okay. Blue, green, white, black, red. Blue, green, white. Okay. Blue, green, white, black. So, Commander? Oh, this is the time to play it, I guess. So I'll send it. Alright, I drew a card, and then it probably dies to my opponent's commander? Okay, it's kind of the same exact thing, except less mana. They could have just played their commander, that's weird. Why did they not just play their commander? Huh, okay. So, you... Mass Vandal exiles it? It does. Alright. A little bit of a mistake there from me, then. I should have probably accounted for that more. Yeah, I could have kept my commander in the graveyard and got rid of one ring. Well, leave it to me to throw the game, I guess. I didn't see that opportunity. Probably doesn't look like it's going to matter anyways. There's just like infinite value being vomited in my face right now. Still playing fetch lands. Interesting. Yep. That's it. I suppose now we're just hoping my opponent dies to the One Ring, which involves them not casting Shieldred somehow. Did they? They randomly generated and kept Doomblade. That's weird. Okay, or I could just lose. That works as well. Looks like at no point did we have an out. Fun. That was enjoyable. Got to watch my opponent play Magic. It's pretty cool. I like those. I like those kinds of games. Sure do. Boom, boom, boom. Do I have an untapped bird? I do. Blue, green. Ugh. Wow, it is what it is, but I think I'm highly obligated to do that. Of course I draw another non-bow there. Alright, they contemplate their mountain. Interesting. Probably have to leave up Swords of Plowshares the rest of the game. Oh, or it doesn't matter. Oh, I wonder if this is my list. Discard a perfect 2-mana card? No, they didn't discard a perfect 2-mana card. Huge. I don't really get what my opponent just did there. I feel like I'm always killing my opponent's swords to plow my opponent's birds. That seems ridiculous, actually. Let's do this thing. That's kind of insane. I'm just never doing that. Well, I've expended my answer to their combo, so all they have to do is randomly draw it. They didn't use the clue token. Not sure why. I feel like you're just always cracking this. It's kind of weird. Okay. I can swing. I don't care if they trade. In fact, I don't imagine they will. They could block with the 1-2. I don't think that thing matters. 1, 2, 3... Okay, so there's possible things to be done. Okay, and they just drew it, because of course they did. Excellent. Do we have the combo card to go with it? That's not it. Okay, they don't have it. So here, warp 2 or warp twice, whatever. 10, 11, 6. Does that do it? Oh, we did it. Oh, come on. They had lightning bolt. We didn't do it. Oh! Oh. Oh no. Which one was... I don't even... Okay, yeah. Okay, well, I mean, that can happen. Yep. Yep. Alright, well, that will never happen again. It made everything worth it, though. That was a 1 in 24? No, less than that. It was less than that. Well, Defense of the Heart is extremely oppressive for this deck to play against, so... Okay, they just didn't do anything. That seems... weird. Yeah, that seems really weird. So... untapped black and just cast this. They cycle a land for the turn? That is wild. Alright, well, they have to play under Defense of the Heart now. Even though my Defense of the Heart is actually not that scary at all. Like, the cards I get with it don't just win. Opponent doesn't know that. Whoa. Alright, my opponent just windmill slammed Leyline of Anticipation. Blue, black, green, red, white. Yeah, we're gonna play the new one. I could play the first sliver, but we should probably play the new one. Because it's new. That's what we came here to do. I would argue this one might just be a little bit better, though. Okay, that was a very good draw. In fact, that was so good I can just warp it. Let's play... land... This one? Value? I'm not going to swing. I think they could have something weird now. It's actually quite likely. Okay, they did not have anything quote-unquote weird, but still kind of weird. I mean, you can't station when this is at instant speed. This is kind of funny looking. But your whole deck has flash, but you can't play another creature, which means you can't swing. Opponent is aware of this. Let's do Sliver. Come on, I can do it. Play this. Yeah, we can just warp it. Oh hey, it's Mythweaver Pock. Look at that. Just in time for something to happen. Play this. I could play this thing. I guess I will. It costs 0 mana. Nah, I can just wait. I can just go to combat first, see what happens. Okay, so now I'm just not going to cast it. And pass. Okay, so they can flicker their commander to make a bunch of tapped space lands this turn. And we have lethal next turn. It was almost lethal there, but not quite. The kitten only just bounces for tap lands currently. So it's not like it just generates mana or something. So, Roaming Throne and this. Yeah. This is counterable, unfortunately. I'm still going to cast it. I mean, it costs 0. No downside of just trying to cast it. Oh yeah, we got extra toughness. Alright, we're doing a whole bunch of stuff here. My hand is also chock full of nonsense. Well, I like, well, actually, and this thing. Slivers have haste, so when they enter, they give me mana. There's a fairly decent chance I find lethal here. If it isn't already lethal. Oh, this is quite enjoyable. Is this infinite? No, not quite. But I want to keep going. Maybe I should stop, because if they have some kind of sweeper, wouldn't be too ideal. Although this deck would have to run a sweeper. Opponent would have to just literally run one. And I'm still getting value, so it would be probably, to play around a sweeper, a good idea to tap some of these slivers to cast, just put more lands in play. So I can play the game after I get hit by a sweeper. If that is what's going on currently. Which, by the looks of it, it kind of seems to be the case. This is mana neutral. Hey, I can reanimate. Nothing. Alright. What does Diffusion Sliver do? Oh, it's just another one of these. It's a different art, though. Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna go to combat. What do you got? Alright, so I was right about that. Let's tap this for green, blue, red, white. Is that it? Yeah, that's all I can do. Alright, let's play... Oh, jeez. Mythweaver Pock again? Might just be the best idea. It's a giant threat, so... Sure. Keep 7. 1, 2, 3, 7? Okie dokie. Uh... We did it. Wasn't sure what the next thing they could have had was, but it would have been kind of crazy if they played River's Rebuke, I guess. This is the best... Wait, what did Leyline actually even do? This has Flash. It's an instant already, so I guess the Leyline didn't actually do anything. It let them cast their Commander at instant speed, which, again, didn't really do anything. But, yeah, alright. Cool. Yeah, so it was right to play all the ramp spells so I could then rebuild against an inevitable thing. Because I have all the cards I need, I just have to be able to cast them and reassemble. So there's no need to commit more and more. I'm not even sure what the rest of this turn would look like without trying to swing. Alright, cool. Very crazy game there. Beat a Cyclonic Rift bouncing over 30 permanents. That doesn't normally happen. At least I don't think it does. Do we have the best thing? I mean, you either do or you don't. Okay, they don't have the best thing. Neat. Can get green, no, black, red, No, black, blue, white. Okay. Do you have the other best thing in the game? Nope. Okay. I have no idea what we're contemplating that isn't the commander. Oh, someone else that doesn't station? Oh my goodness. No way. I was about to say, do I even have green mana? I didn't actually think of that. I'm not going to cast the haste one, because it doesn't actually do that much at all. My opponent has a 4/4 flyer. It itself can't swing. It would actually just show up with 2 more damage. Doesn't really do much. Feels like all the Vivisa players play kind of slow. I'm not sure why. Alright, killing my commander doesn't really do that much. Actually, I can just recast it. I wonder if it's even right to kill it? Well, I guess. Sure. Is it, though? Oh, well. Guess we'll never know now. Oh my goodness, please. Recast my commander. Right? Yeah. Oh. Most assuredly. Kill Wandering Emperor. One would argue is probably a good idea. This is a spot where the Vigilant Sliver would be really nice. Okay. Well, they're not holding me hostage with priority anymore. Surely that has to count for something. And can't do anything. Swing, block, block. 4. Oh my goodness, opponent, please just play the game. Yep. I have literally no choice. I have to do this. Works out. I don't even know what I could... I don't know what I can hope to achieve now at this point. Oh, of course they play a fetch land. Of course they play a fetch land. You know? We're going to hold it for 600 years too, I'm sure. They could actually crack one of their rampant growths here. Right? You can do that whenever you want. Yeah, you can do that whenever you want. A little risky to tap a lot of your blockers, but I suppose you're not in really any significant threat of dying. I don't think. Because these are colorless, right? Yeah, I can't just swing past them with a 6/6. Well, I should probably play that one first. Does that make sense? Yep. Oh, shoot. The heuristic study. Ah, I see. Tragic. Okie dokie. Still gonna cast it, though. Oh, wait. Hold on. Nope. Minute. Right. Hasting minute works. That would work. Alright, I draw nothing. And I can't put this to my hand because then I'll just die. And I don't have vigilance. They could just block. They probably would. They've killed my I don't think I've untapped with my commander yet. Keeps dying. Boom, boom, boom. 6. I mean, I don't have any cards in my hand, so it's not even like my commander does anything. I guess I can't be too upset if it dies. Oh my goodness, what is so hard? What is so difficult? Tell me, please. What is so hard? Inform me of the difficulty. You have 2 cards in your hand. You can actually make it 3 with the fetch land, or the whatever it's called, the Horizon Canopy land. That thing. I think I'm dead to any removal spell targeting anything. So, if they just have it, they haven't sent it. Okay. That kills their... Four? And my 6/6. Okay. You can't block. So... put you here. Green. Trample 8. Block. Okay, we're just dead. I'm glad I sat through my opponent playing with 1 foot. Felt like I was playing against a bot that had to take a screenshot every 2 frames. I can't imagine what's so difficult in that spot. They just like had lethal in hand. Also killed my commander every single time I cast it. I never untapped with it, but again I didn't have any slivers anyways. Just miserable playing against the slowest people. This is the 4th jellyfish player in a row. Alright, has the best opener, nice. We have something slightly less good. I can probably come back with the binding though. Okay, found card value. Could still come back with it. There's really no world in which I don't kill the Birds of Paradise, so... Oh, we have triple 1-mana card? Amazing. Oh no, we don't. We do not have triple 1-mana card. We just have ramp into ramp. Just like me. I wonder what the best color in the game is. Yeah, Kafka's pretty cool. Feels like just your typical Grixis thing. But it's pretty fun. Doesn't really matter. That one. Okay, first sliver, you're up, buddy. Don't ask me what I need you to do. I need you to make my opponent draw a card. I'm always playing the Arcane Signet, so... Why are the jellyfish players so slow? Oh my goodness, please play the game! I'm losing my mind. They're all just so ridiculously slow. What is going on? Pock is extremely good. It's better than my commander, especially with a fetch land in my hand. So, I'm gonna play that. Oh, lose a counterspell? Yay! I'm glad I wasted my time against another incredibly slow player. Fun. Putting me to sleep. And having the best cards in the game. Birds of Paradise, Esper Sentinel, Metadrain. We had Mana Dork that cost 2 mana and then lost. Alright, not the 5th jellyfish player in a row. It would have been 5. It is another mono green deck though. It's just been a massive wall of that. Best opener? Oh, no, it doesn't have the best opener. Love to see it. I do need a green source, and I need it extremely fast. Okay. Slight misplay there. Actually, it depends. It depends what my opponent does this turn. It's either a misplay or it didn't matter. We'll see. Looks like it didn't matter. Looks like it didn't matter for 2 different reasons. Excellent. Okay. Do I take swords? No, I can't afford to take swords. I'll lose a game. So falling behind. Black, red, anything. How do you not cast your commander? What? Okay. Opponent could have cast their commander, and they just didn't. I feel like Madrotha just really wants to enter the battlefield every possible moment it can. But, okay. I guess not. So... Binding? So I don't lose the game? Oh, lose the game anyways? Nice. Fun. Well, at least I didn't have the best possible thing that game, so I can't be too upset. We didn't hit a... If I hit a green source earlier, we were in a vastly better position there. That game was definitely winnable. If I could play Delighted Halfling earlier, I think we could actually win that. But I didn't. That was probably one of the better draws I could have had. Alright, do you have just the I win the game out of hand, like Aziza card, or not? Too late for Give of Runes. Still cast it. Cast this on first sliver? I mean, that thing. Draw literally nothing. Okay. Do I trade? Yep. Alright, do you have another giant threat? Currently doesn't look like it. Elvish War Master will kill me. I can kill their Nissa, and I think the Master kills me though, so it doesn't matter. Casting this also doesn't really matter? I guess I will. Okay. Oh wait, just don't attack with that. So I can kill that, and then I die to their War Master. Alright, well. The pool of commanders I've seen is actually extremely small. It's kind of funny. I'm over it though. I'm done with this. Commander's just... it's hot garbage. Hot, steaming garbage. I got Crystal Quarry. Look at that. Look at that. Alright. So, this commander is... let me put these here. This is just really, really, really bad. Of all the, like, 5-color Wooburg slivers, this one is definitely not very... It's probably one of the weakest ones, honestly. You have, like, that one, the first sliver, and what's the other one? Sliver Hive Lord? Is that it? Of, like, the 5-color ones? Oh, it's Sliver Overlord. Yeah, this is a legendary, too. This one will have kind of the same issue as this one. So I said I wish I had this in this deck. This would not have done anything in almost any game had I cast it. So I was kind of wrong about that. I guess I'm lucky I didn't craft it. This would not have changed anything. It took me an extremely long time to just get like a few wins. Basically lost every game I played. The less slivers I ran, the stronger this deck got, because I could put in actually good cards. Because as fun as you want to have with whatever you're trying to do, as fun as you think slivers is, your opponents don't care. They're going to completely decimate and trample over you with basically anything in the game. That doesn't take much to kind of destroy what this wants to do. So I would recommend not playing this. This is probably a 1 out of 10. Power level is probably because it's 5-color and you don't actually have to play slivers, just like sort of what the first sliver does. I suppose its bare minimum is like 5 out of 10, because you could play anything else and just ignore your command zone effectively, and just be like a 5 or maybe even a 7 out of 10 if you have some kind of Golos pile or whatever that is, 5-color good stuff pile. Or just what, I ended up pivoting slowly each time I, lost the game, went in, said the card was bad, put another one else, pivoting into, like, green, because that is obviously the best thing you can do, and that made it so I could at least sometimes cast this. It just means I have less slivers to then play, but I started to look at the slivers that I actually had in my deck as castable things, and, like, this, or this... like, the 2-mana ones, just because they are cheap to cast, seemed appealing. Blur Sliver actually didn't accomplish anything. I ended up taking that one out. The best one was Cloud Shredder, right? It does still demand that you're doing the thing, right? Your commander's in play and is unimpeded, and you're continuously warping or just drawing slivers that draw more slivers. So, if you're doing that thing, then yeah, having this as your, effectively, a Craterhoof Behemoth, it's almost exactly the same as Craterhoof Behemoth. Congratulations. But, like, the other ones in the oh, right, Mana Weft Sliver. This one's obviously just goes without saying is insane as well. The other ones just don't matter. Ward 2 is okay, right? Or, the old text of Ward 2, this is effectively Ward 2. That's alright. This one just doesn't matter. This one is kind of cool. Unearth could matter. It would only matter in games where you have like stuff in the graveyard that cares about this, which in that scenario you're probably already lost so I don't think unearthing anything really matters, but sometimes I guess it can. Like, you play this and maybe unearth your commander or something? I don't know. But all in all, most of these slivers are just awful. Just really, really, really bad. I thought there were more slivers in the game than there were. Full stop. So that surprised me. Thought there were way more slivers than there were just in the game in general. It's like, oh, it's the first sliver. You know, you see this in the command zone. It's like, oh, of course they're not going to play slivers. They never do. And then you see them play a sliver. You're like, oh, you get all excited. But then you realize there's actually not that many slivers to play. Just full stop. You have, I think, more. Ooh, might not be true. Might be about the same. Oh, come on. I can do it. I can do it. You just need to trust me. I did it. Alright. Alright, there isn't actually more changelings than there are slivers, but it's kind of close. And some of these are decent. Like, I was playing this one. Oh, wait, there's a colorless. Yeah, there's a bunch of colorless ones. I forgot. This one is okay. Just to do the text box here. Faceless Agent is probably just an auto-include. I don't really care about this. Yeah, so the creature type mattering, like the tribal aspect of this, is kind of the weakest thing about it. And that just makes it, in general, a pretty weak, low-power commander. You could play every single sliver and just say, screw it. And if you lose, you lose. If you win, you win. And you just keep doing the thing until something happens. You don't care about winning or losing or whatever. You just play the slivers to enjoy the process. Go for it. But they're just extremely low power. A lot of them are so bad they might as well not have any text on them at all. Like the Outlast one, it just might as well not say anything on the card, honestly. So most of the slivers are just really bad, and there's just not a lot to choose from. So slivers in general, just not really getting there. Slivers was kind of the first creature type that like the first tribal deck I ever played was slivers. As far back as I can remember, yeah, I think it was actually slivers, like really, really long time ago. And then it was fungus. I think was the second one, and I liked fungus a lot more. But you know, obviously in paper you have access to extremely powerful and busted things that slivers love to do. That's just not here on Magic Arena. And outside of that, this card can't obviously warp from the command zone because warp is only from hand. I think I confused myself with that with a different warp card as well. I can't remember, but yeah, warp is not something you can do out of the command zone. I kind of wish it was. I don't understand why this card specifically couldn't have warp from the command zone because it's not a real card, and Yuriko has ninjutsu from the command zone. This is obviously tailored for exclusively Brawl, right? I mean, I guess you could play this in normal Historic or whatever, but it's just a Historic Brawl card. That's why they created the card for Magic Arena. Don't really know why it doesn't have warp from the command zone. It really should, like full stop. It wouldn't even break the card. It would just be still the same. Like, it wouldn't actually do anything. You know, I'm sitting here advocating for it, but it actually wouldn't fundamentally change any of the problems with this card. If your turn 3 or your 3 mana play, let's say on turn 2, was warping this, that doesn't actually do that much except put a really bad card in the top 10 cards of your deck. But it does draw a card, so it's not a... It offsets itself, right? But you will draw this weird thing. That's another thing. It puts them on the top 10, but you can't just expect to play this. There's so many issues with this, on top of it being a sliver strategy. One of the issues is the slivers you put on top of your deck, you can, like, shuffle those away, and will very likely shuffle those away. Because you kind of have to play at least all of the fetch lands. I mean, you would be crippling yourself if you didn't. But if you avoided every card that shuffled your library, you now have a more consistent sliver top 10 pile of your deck. But I don't know. That's like... It just... You know, your deck would take a serious blow to its power level if you did that. And the the benefit is you just randomly put these on top, and most of them don't really do anything unless you have more than one of them at the same time, right? The first one's like kind of cool, you know, sometimes hitting the first sliver off of it or the other Hive Lord or something. Like sometimes they matter, but not most of the times they don't. So it's just a huge issue. The Sliver Matters cards that are not Slivers, like let's say Roaming Throne, is kind of nice. If you're doing this repeatedly, or just Roaming Throne your commander thing repeatedly, you're probably winning, right? This the kind of the idea of playing this card is to turn your commander into this insane value engine, and that was actually not present with this one when I had Roaming Throne. You would do well to play a card. I mean, it is a sliver, I guess, but still, it just really didn't feel like doing this thing twice was ever really that good. You could probably even just play Yarok. I mean, you are 5 color, that you can do whatever you want. You could pivot and have like 3 or 4 really weird combos in here, like Godo, Asura Rack, Overwhelming Splendor. You could just do a bunch of random, like, giant haymakers that ideally win the game on the spot. I didn't even have a good Defense of the Heart. I think my Defense of the Heart target was Roaming Throne, and I don't even know what the other one was. First Sliver, I guess? Like, there really isn't a good defense here. So you could do Gristlebrand Shieldred as well, and then also run, like, Tooth and Nail, just to have ways to actually win the game. Because if you're relying on this, you, have to cast it, which is pretty easy. It's pretty easy to get all the colors in play rather quickly, especially if you're green, right? And all 5 color decks are green, so I would say it's pretty easy at this point in Magic the Gathering's lifespan to just get every color in play by, like, turn 4. That is just not really an issue. I did find myself color screwed a few times, but not too many times. People keep recommending the Signets and Talismans. Those don't color fix you. They just give you 2 random colors. So if you had all the Talismans in here and you have a bunch of islands and swamps in play, the blue-black Talisman and the blue-black Signet don't do anything. You know, so don't play the Signets. You're a green deck. Just play mana that you can choose, like Cold Steel Heart, or just rainbow ones like Arcane Signet. The 3 mana ones are probably okay. I think they're passable, which opens up the floodgates to infinite amount of options, because there's infinite Celestius reprints here. There's 1,000 of these at 3 mana. So the color fixing can always be addressed if you don't like the current, like, iteration of your deck. You can just find a way to do it. It's really not a big deal. But yeah, as your 5 color 5 mana payoff, this is just so bad. I also noticed that Gigantha was like 2 away, or someone in chat noticed that it was like 2 away from just being a companion, so I took out the double greens and added it. I didn't do anything. It almost did the first game I put it here, and then it didn't do anything after that. In fact, I think I put it to my hand a couple times after, but it didn't do anything. So, just a cute little value thing. If your emotions dictate that a companion puts you in a higher bracket, I guess don't do this. But if your emotions don't care, then there you go, because I can't definitively tell you if putting this in the companion zone changes your bracket. Did not feel like it, though. But again, those are my feelings. I can't objectively tell you. You have to ask Wizards. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's it. Okay, wait, no, the Skrelv Mother of Runes stuff didn't matter, so these could probably have just been something else. I don't really know what. I thought it would probably be a good idea to sometimes keep this around past or through my... Oh, they're right next to each other. Through my opponent's infinite removal and stuff, but it just didn't really feel too great to just sit on these cards to sometimes get a bunch of value here, and then sometimes have that value truly matter. So I don't know if the protection spells on this really did much. I would probably just pivot into more giant explosive game-winning threats, or just more hardcore interaction, like mana drain casualties of war, stuff like that. I actually took out Golos because Golos spinning his ability is extremely low power in this deck, and at 5 mana, I wasn't really at that point when I could cast Golos at 5 mana. I was no longer interested in finding the World Tree because I have displayed an ability to cast a 5-drop in the form of Golos. This also costs 5. And at that point, I would rather Golos be like a 2 or 3 mana spell that ramps me into 5 mana. So then I can actually cast this, right? Because casting Golos instead of this on 5 is just kind of weird. Kind of weird. This is not the scariest thing, but it is sort of like another Craterhoof Behemoth once you're full of Slivers in play. But if you are full of Slivers on the battlefield, then you're probably winning anyways. And I don't know if this would have changed that much, but I guess congratulations, you now have a 0 mana double strike haste thing that you've played for your Slivers. It doesn't give them flying, and it also doesn't give them more stats or anything, so it's not quite like Craterhoof. To be completely honest with you, you could probably play Craterhoof in this deck. Maybe just take this card out completely or something, but you with all the mana dorks and stuff, Craterhoof would have felt probably more consistent at actually just trampling over, because all of these 1-drops would actually care about Craterhoof. This doesn't care at all about most of the really anything that isn't a Sliver. The 2/1/1s are kind of adorable when they both trigger this thing, but again, it's not actually that amazing. Yeah, this deck needs to not rely on Slivers. So, because of that, it's just not a very good commander. You can play a bunch of other things that do something kind of similar, but vastly superior. And while Slivers are super hyper synergy, I mean, it's the most synergy you could really ask for in any kind of deck. It was like, especially a tribal deck. It's like nothing is going to out synergize a Sliver strategy. It's just that those synergies require critical mass in this format. So, without the best of the best Slivers in the game, in Magic Arena, then your critical mass strategy is doubly bad, because you're not reliably ever going to create critical mass. And if you do, the critical mass you've created on Magic Arena is not extremely terrifying for most decks. So, that's that. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.